Hey champions, my name's Sensei Clint, and as many of you know, I've got a team of instructors that teach over 700 students every week, and over the past 25 years, I've personally helped hundreds of people get their black belts. One of the challenges that many of them faced was mastering their nutrition to get down to their fighting weight. And if you've ever struggled with your weight, then this episode's for you. Today I'm going to cover the fact that discipline is a limited resource and how that you can use that knowledge to your advantage. The second thing is how to create a morning routine that helps you the rest of your day to fall into place. And thirdly, how to master the consistency that's going to guarantee your results. Step number one is to make sure that you're getting enough water intake. Many times we get the feeling of hunger and we want to eat when actually we're dehydrated. So just remember that what gets measured ultimately gets done. So you need to get yourself at least a 2 to 3 litre container and have a third of that before breakfast, the second third before lunch, the third amount of it before dinner, and measure it out so that you can see exactly how much water that you're taking in. The second thing is, what gets rewarded gets repeated. So I don't want you to have any snacks through the day, except the evening. So you have your 3 meals, and then in the evening I have like a small snack, which is 3 small pieces of cheese with 3 crackers. That's my reward for I don't have to go to bed hungry, and it's rewarding what I've done for the day as sticking to my routine. The third thing is to create an eating schedule. Okay, so for example, I eat at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. And I've made that schedule because that's something that I can stick to all week long. Okay, when you create a schedule and you know exactly when you're going to eat, you don't have to think anymore about the discipline of, am I going to eat now? Will I eat then? Will I eat here? Will I eat there? And you can it just takes away another one of those disciplines. And remember, discipline ultimately is one of those things that is limited, and if you can set routines in place, that helps you to limit the discipline. Now, before I get into step number 4, you'll notice that I don't have any physical activity built into these steps. That's because I'm assuming that you're probably already training in karate or doing some other form of exercise. However, if you would like to get into some karate training, we provide at GKR Karate online training, which you can do and also in person, and you can have a look at the links below in the description. Now, number 4, creating a morning routine is going to help you again to utilize the discipline that you do have. Discipline is a limited resource, and you need to, once you use it up, it doesn't work anymore. And that's why many of my students in the past, myself included, have struggled in the evening time. At the evening, when you sit down to watch TV, your mind is active with the TV, your body is idle, and the snacks can come out and you can ruin an entire day's progress. So to get that morning, what I do is in the morning, first thing, after I've done my other morning stuff, which you've heard in other episodes, which is some exercise and some meditation and some journaling and that sort of thing, and my morning vlog often, is to go home and get my esky out, my lunchbox out, and I prepare everything that I'm going to eat for the day. And everything that's going to be consumed in that day goes into that esky, and that way I know that once I've set that, what it is not so important, because in the morning your discipline is high. You're not going to put chocolate bars and excess food in there. You work out what's a fair amount of food and what you should be eating for the day, and you put it into that lunchbox, and that's it. And that, again, you know from the beginning exactly what you're going to eat, and that you can't eat any more than what's in there, and that will really, again, help you with that discipline thing. It's already set and done. The 5th thing is you only consume what's in the esky. So once in the morning you've set it through and you've done what you've worked out exactly what it is that you're going to eat for the day, no more. Only consume what's in that esky. And you take that esky with you everywhere you go, okay? Now, point number 6, 6 plus 1, point number 6 is, even though you take your esky everywhere you go, it should be a badge of honor that you're disciplined enough and you're prepared enough to have that inevitably sometime you're going to muck up, or some sort of emergency is going to come up, and you're not going to have that esky with you, and you're not going to starve yourself. So ultimately what you want to do is have an emergency plan in place, and that's something that you've pre-organized, you've preset, that if you miss a breakfast, this is an okay substitute. Or if you miss a lunch, this is an okay substitute. Or if you miss a dinner, this is an okay substitute. And that's your go-to. And it's got to be something that's readily available, that you can go. Again, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to use discipline. It's already pre-planned and organized. So that's your emergency meal that you should not have to lean on very often, but it's there when you do need to. So they're my 6 steps that will help you to get down to your fighting weight. We've got a couple of action steps for you. So number 1 is you want to go out and buy your lunchbox, okay? Get an esky, something that's big enough to carry everything you need, but small enough to take with you everywhere you go. And get yourself one of those big water bottles, 2 liters, maybe 3 liters of water. Remember, what gets measured gets done. 2, decide what you're going to eat every day. Haven't covered that. That's a personal decision. Everyone I sit down with knows what they should eat. It's just a matter of getting themselves to eat it. And number 3, do it for 30 days. Do this process for 30 days in a row, and that will create a habit. You create a habit and your nutrition will be taken care of. Your body composition will be ideal. You'll be down to your fighting weight, and you'll be there forever. Thanks for listening. Hope there's something in there for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the dojo soon.